on there?
Trudi and Anthony and T, and Anthony's still trying to figure out what we're doing. What are you doing over there?
Me?
Yeah, we're live. You're not yapping.
I'm trying to find the thing on Facebook where I can see questions.
Oh, God, my hands don't work. I almost dropped my phone. All right, so we're live. I'm going to share this. So you guys talk a little bit, and we're waiting on our mechanic. I guess he must have had a few screws loose. He's trying to find them. So T, welcome.
T, where are you from?
Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. So where am I from?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm in Connecticut.
Is it cold up there?
Oh, it's very cold. Yeah. It's not like Florida. It's super cold. It's I don't even know what the temperature is. I think it's in the 30s or something like that, but it's only going to get colder. So yay.
That ain't cold. I thought it'd be like in the teens.
Oh, it was 3 the other morning. So yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Three. Exactly.
What's the
3, right?
Trudi needs to move up there. She loves the cold.
I hate the cold. I hate it. And we're getting a cold. I mean, it was 60 today was our high.
Ours was probably about 50.
Who is at 60 degree? We got our winter now.
But let's see.
This is our winter.
I think Sunday morning it's going to be 17.
Yeah, we're going to get down to 30, I think. I'll be in the hospital.
I know. You got to let everybody know you're going for surgery tomorrow.
Yeah, my surgery got moved up, so I'm excited, kind of, and nervous a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, you don't have to wait anymore.
I know, but now I've got to pack, and I was just on my way out of the door to go to the office, and the surgeon calls, and he's like, "Somebody canceled. We got an opening tomorrow. You want it?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I've been in agony for like 3 days straight. I would love to have it." Without thinking, and then I'm just like, oh no, I have to pack, and I can't have my coffee in the morning, and all these other strenuous things.
Midnight, you're done. You better drink it all in there.
Yeah, that's it. I'll have to get my birthday wishes done in the morning, and then I'm going to figure out how to do them Saturday morning when I'm laid up with big old brains. I'll be like this in the hospital bed.
I think everybody will understand if you miss a day or two.
I have not missed a day in 4 years.
I know.
I was about to say nothing's going to take you down.
No. You know what I might do? I'm going to figure out if I can get on there and like schedule my posts, but I don't know if I could schedule like 20 posts on the same group, but I'm going to have to look.
Oh.
She'll be in the hospital bed with the laptop.
and the nurse is yelling at me, "Put that down."
That's funny.
See, I told him to come on early. So Josh, our mechanic is having a little bit of issues. He can work on machines, but I guess technology is not his forte. So
he can't do it all. Like,
all right, we got one. Oh, we got a bunch of comments. Okay, so my medication I'm on, and I've been on for a couple months. It's called Dumb in a Pill or Dumb in a Bottle because it's dumb.
You don't need none of that.
I know. I don't need help. Okay, so what we got for questions? Oh my gosh, I can't even work my phone. You've never heard me say that before. Okay, Chris Barkner's here. Happy New Year's. Christina Gillespie's here. Wicked and cold. She said it's wicked cold and windy in New Hampshire. Shannon's here. Caleb said winterize now. Depends on where you're at. You should have already winterized. Felice Ano? No, okay, somebody's speaking Spanish. I would butcher that, but I think it's Happy New Year in Spanish. I'm just guessing. It was a good guess.
It sounded like
it. Try it.
All right, so we got good luck on my surgery. Thank you guys. Michael Burge is watching. Scotty Chandler's watching. David Sheridan's watching. Happy New Year. It's cold and snowy in Vermont. Keith Pickens is watching. And Shannon Roser told me good luck. Let me find out where my mechanic is. So anyway, how was your guys' Christmas?
Good.
Yeah.
Everybody was home and healthy.
Don't rub it in, Anthony.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trudi. You're healthy. You just broke.
My husband's been telling me that for years.
She's only broke for a minute. But
Well,
that's what I was.
Got the technology. We're gonna put you back together.
I know.
Exactly.
I'm just hoping I can turn my neck. They're going to fuse 7 vertebrae. I'm just
You
hoping
ain't gonna
that
turn your neck for a while.
I know.
You're gonna be like brace and be like.
I'm claustrophobic. I am so nervous about the brace.
Oh my goodness! Stop scaring her.
Yeah, I might not show up tomorrow.
Yeah, you will.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, our mechanic, I just texted him and told him he can use his phone if he wants to. I keep seeing if he's popping on. So yeah, Josh is going to pop on here soon, hopefully. If not, Anthony's here to answer all your mechanical questions.
Yeah, right. You know who I call for my mechanical questions. So,
but I had a Zoom today with Christina and her husband Gary and Gary, and we were talking about I like to be a seasonal business because this gives you the opportunity to work on stuff on your business, like getting those oil changes done on your power washer, or maybe updating your SOPs or whatever. You know, this is the time to do it when you are slow. So I appreciate those times, that I could take a break from the business, throw a little vacation in there too, but work on the business and not in the business, or work in the business, not on the business. Yeah.
But that's basically what we're doing now. We're just going out and hitting all the construction sites in town and the construction companies and stuff, because we started the striping last year and trying to push it, but a lot of paving going on in the parking lot, so I don't do the paving. So, kind of hard to get the striping and not do the paving too. But it's coming around, and that's what we're doing. We're just out talking to folks, kissing babies and shaking hands like politicians.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta build those relationships. Well, Austin's on here, which is Josh's son, so I don't know how he can make it on there. And Austin, tell your father, figure it out for him. We're waiting on him. We have 20 people here.
Oh my goodness!
So Jerry's here, Dean Mines is here, Frank Thomas is here. Manuel said a new year with a new Trudi. Oh gosh, we don't know. You don't need me updated. We need to slow me down a little bit. Adam H.J. is watching. Luke Carpenter's watching. Jonathan Hernandez is watching. Hey, guys. Oh, okay. Austin said he's trying. So the mechanic is coming, I promise. If not, we can tell you what not to do with your equipment. I'm
going to call him and give him heck.
You can, yeah. Roman Borowski is watching. Hey, Roman. So, so we have my surgery just popped off for 5 days early, which is good. A little bit. Usually I have time to get nervous, build myself up to it. I was starting Monday. I'm like, okay, it's Wednesday. Now I got 2 days and I can build myself up and oh wait, he's here.
Are we in? Can you hear me?
Hey, brother. What up, man?
Can you hear you?
All right, Josh, we have we've told everybody how to break their stuff so you can tell them what to do to fix it. How's that?
All right. What are they breaking? What are we breaking tonight?
What are we breaking? Okay, everybody. So you didn't hear, Josh? They moved my surgery up. I'm going in tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
They literally,
Are you ready?
The surgeon called me. I had my water in my hand and my hand on the door to come to the office. And somebody called my phone. I didn't know, so I didn't answer. And then they called Shane's phone. And he said, come here in the bedroom. I'm like, honey, my neck's broke. And then he's like, no, the phone. So they know I'm dirty bird on here. It's fine. Bunch of contractors, Josh. Anyway, so he's like, we had a cancellation. Do you want to do it tomorrow? And I'm like, I just had the 3 worst days of my life. Yeah. Like the gabapentin's not killing it all anymore. I said yes. So I'm trying to get my sister to to change her flights. I haven't heard yet, but hopefully, if not, Shane's just going to have to babysit. He's going to have to deal with it.
Oh Lord.
So,
Yeah,
all
I
right,
mean,
we got Luke Carpenter.
handle it for sure.
Luke Carpenter said, about time, Josh. And then
Yeah. Turns out
Tyler
you need an
Holman-
account.
Tyler Holman said, now the show can go on. Chris Berkner said, what's up, Josh? We got Jamie Davis here, and we got Rob Musgrave. So, guys, if you don't know, this is Charles Crum said doctors doing something early is unheard of. Hey, don't jinx me on this,
Yeah, right.
Charles.
Yeah.
Okay, question for the experts. Where can I find an air cleaner for the Honda 690? Do we have an air? Is it the air filter, not cleaner, right?
Yeah, we carry the air filters.
Yeah, we've got the air filters.
Mm-hmm. We have everything for the GX 200s, 390s.
I'm going to move these.
And then we've got the 690s and the IGX 800s.
All right, I'm going to move this because I just had bubbles in your face. There we go. We'll use that one. All right. Okay, that's better. We can see Josh now. We had waves going in your face. Okay, yes, air filters. We have those, Jerry. We have the air filters. So until we get questions,
If we can't,
now
a
lot of people are winterizing their stuff, and us here, we're in winter now. I mean, we got a high of 60 today, which is ridiculous. It was cold. I don't like it, but
it's gonna get colder. You'll be in the hospital though.
I know. I'll be on my phone. I'll be on my phone in the hospital. You know it.
No, you will not.
Are you taking my phone on my way to the hospital tomorrow?
Oh goodness, we don't need you on pain pills and phones.
Oh, I did that. It was weird. Okay,
ain't
so
no telling who should be calling. Should be so drugged up.
Yeah.
I'll be wishing the wrong people happy birthday. All right. So Scotty Chandler said, "How often y'all changing belts on a belt drive unit?"
Oh, that's a good one.
So
I've not changed mine since mine's been on my truck.
Yeah, the belts actually last
when they break.
Yeah. Obviously, I would check it every year. When you're doing your plugs and your yearly maintenance, I would just take a look at my belt. I would look for cracks in it and tightness. Make sure it's the right tension on it. But mainly, you just check it once a year. Just look for cracks, and it'll be real easy to see right in the grooves. If you don't see any, you're going to be fine. But typically, Anthony, what would you say? A belt, probably 5 years?
Probably.
I mean, they're behind a cover. So the worst thing for a belt is going to be the sun. It's getting some heat, but really they're pretty well protected. They last a long time.
I mean, I wouldn't bleaching shit all over them, but
unless I'm seeing some major cracking going on, I'm not changing it. So.
And what if it starts squeaking and stuff? Is that a sign?
That's when you want to check your tension.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when you want to check
the tension. It's not the belt going bad.
Right. And typically after your break-in period, you're going to retension. After that, if you hear it squeak again, you probably do have a problem. So definitely I'd be looking at any kind of cracking or maybe fluid leaking on it or something going on like that.
Okay. Well, Jerry got hit 9 degrees today, so he can keep that. You just keep that way up wherever you're at. I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
Because those hospitals are cold enough without this going on.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So how many hours can you run a machine until you need an oil change?
All right. So when you start with your machine brand new, you want to change it after the first 50. And then after that, we do it every 100. We do every 100 hours on the machine. And then we do 300 hours on the pump. And if you have a gearbox.
Awesome.
Okay, we got let's talk air trap systems. Are you ready? Sometimes I get air trapped in my P40 in the blend manifold that won't come out. So I guess air in the blend manifold and it won't come out, I guess.
I mean, if it's not coming out, that means it's reintroducing air. I mean, there's still a leak. And are they hard to find? Yes. But for sure, if air won't ever get trapped in there, that just means you still have a leak.
All right, and Tyler Holman I don't know if you want me to read this, but I'm going to read it because you posted it and everybody's going to read it anyway. One time I couldn't get my washer to crank and I panicked and ran down to Panhandle and told Josh I couldn't get it to run. Turns out my oil was low and I felt like an idiot. So that happens too. Check your oil.
Happens a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember that. And when it happened, I mean, we didn't put but maybe 2 ounces, if that. It was probably 1 ounce. I mean, it was such a small amount.
Mm-hmm.
But those, especially the single cylinder engines, very, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to make a fast start. That sensor is very, very sensitive.
And it's there for a reason. It's for safety, so you don't.
It's absolutely for safety, right?
Also, talking about that, the cold weather and the hot weather is going to affect that oil level, is it not?
No, it shouldn't affect the level too much. No, it'll affect the viscosity, but the level will stay pretty much the same.
Okay. Did you have a question while I'm reading down here?
I did, but I forgot what it was. You cut me off.
Sorry. So not only the belt, but the fan that keeps the engine going. It's also good to check. They get dry rot. Okay, so yeah, also check the fan that keeps the belts cool. And they said they get dry rotted after time.
Right.
Yep.
How many feet can you get with a CRX-5? How many feet can you get with the? Sorry, I'm on stupid drugs, so it might take me a few minutes to read these.
We understand.
How many? I'll be even worse tomorrow night. So how many feet can you get with the CRX 5.5 gallon a minute with a 50-gallon chemical tank with a K7 unloader and an XJet M5 twist with a 5 gallon a minute Davis sharpshooter tip? Woo!
Wow.
It sounds specific, like maybe that's what they have.
See,
Have them do that. Tell me how far they got.
Yeah.
That was
a lot of variables you just threw down.
That took me. I thought it was just me. It was just the statement. It all depends. I know when I use the. I don't use the M5 with the shooter on my. Well, this is a high pressure, which I don't use that anyway. I use the J-Rod. But there's a lot of variables to that.
Yeah.
The hose length. You got to make sure your unloader's set. Your injector, your connection, everything that goes into that. The wind. Josh, you're all pixely. You look like a robot right now. You're all pixely, or is that me? You guys seen that?
No.
Okay, it's just me then. Never mind. Sorry, it's just me.
You're on drugs.
What are you on, actually? Anthony and I will take free samples, please.
Hey, I'll tell you, I probably need something.
Pure tea.
I went to the gym.
All right. Any
one of the young ones
recommendations?
this morning about killed me doing squats.
Any recommendations for P40 not to leak?
Oh goodness. Anytime you got.
I mean, you've got so much vibration on your trucks, your trailers. I mean, you're going to have a leak every once in a while. I mean,
absolutely.
You're not going to prevent it not from leaking all the time. I mean, my AR, it's got a little drip on it now, but I mean, it ain't big enough it affects it. So, I mean, we still shooting 35, 40, 50 feet. So, I mean, until it affects it, I'm not going to fix it because I don't want to tear it apart.
A lot of vibration of the machine, like Anthony said, a lot of vibration of the trailer when you're hauling. Anytime you've got pressure and liquid, you're gonna have a leak. If there's a way to bulletproof it, we'd do it. I mean, we'd all be doing it. There isn't. It's just keep up with your maintenance, and you'll have fewer breakdowns on the job. Like Anthony, when you see a leak, go ahead and fix it now. Don't wait for it to blow out on the job. But everybody's got.
Well, I mean, it ain't leaking that bad. It's like a drip about every minute.
Yeah.
Right. Until it's not, buddy.
And then Anthony Curry said J-Rod or this thing, which is a Curry combo, which he loves.
Oh wow! I never saw
got all of them in there.
Yeah, got a M5, got a twist. I mean XJet. M5. Oh my God. Okay, so extra. I don't even know what I carry anymore. I'm just carrying this. So, It's got the CNR shooter, it's got the M5, and it's got the X-Jet on it. And he made this up and he wanted me to design it. He said, this is what I want. So I put it together, and it's called the Curry Combo. I named it after him. So that's what that is.
It seems heavy, though. Is it heavy?
Yeah, that's for all the people with New Year's workout resolutions.
Yeah, this is it. I probably should be lifting it now.
Get that tip. That's a present.
Okay, it looks like there's a lot going on though. It might do a lot of things for you.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all right there. Whatever you need is right there on that dry rod.
You're saving
the weight of that thing, Josh.
It's not really heavy.
It looks heavy.
It looks heavy. I don't want to.
I don't know if I got my scale on.
Curb cleaning with double
you
turbo
put that on a 10-foot lance, and you'll be like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Keith Pickens said, I'm still trying to use the cold weather months to improve my system, equipment, marketing, SEO, and scaling. And that's exactly what you should be doing. Get work lined up, because otherwise you wake up unemployed unless your schedule's full. Us as being contractors, washers, unless we've got a schedule, we wake up unemployed and we have to find that work.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Antonio,
that's what I've been trying to do, and my wife keeps saying, "Stop, enjoy your time off."
Oh, right. You know what Shane's doing? He's trying to find a full-time housekeeper and a maid to take care of me, because that's what he's going to be doing for the next few months. This is a question for Josh, because you've actually used it. Jerry C, it's either C or Keith, I think it's C. How do you guys feel about the MoFlow? I know Shane can't put his down and he's going through the chemicals, but you've used it. What do you think, Josh?
It's pretty awesome. It really, they're coming out with the machines now that do the pressure and the soft wash, but this, you can really do a lot of things with it. You can substitute your high pressure machine instead of downstreaming. It also, obviously you can soft wash with it. It's kind of an all-in-one machine. The price tag's hefty, but so far, I don't think Shane even touches his high pressure machine anymore. I think he's exclusive low flow. He's got it dialed in to where he can make it work for everything he needs. And we have had no problems with it. I think he's been running it about a year now. So I'm pretty impressed with it.
So it's pretty much indestructible.
We haven't, the guy I work for is really hard on his equipment.
He breaks them up.
So I'm saying the pretty good.
1.7, 1 pound, 7 ounces is what this weighs. So it's not too bad.
Oh, wow.
That's why I pulled my little scale. I don't do drugs. This is my postcard scale.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were measuring. Everybody's got a scale in their office, T. Everyone has a scale in their office, okay?
Okay, so another question.
2.7 grams.
Easy girl.
Okay, so another question. When I go out working, I use the belt drive on the trailer just because I'm 5 foot tall and I can't reach inside skids. But I have, use the gear. He wants to know what's better, the gear or the belt. And I don't think it's better or not better. But what do you guys think?
There's a good argument to be made for both. I like gear drive, but I like Ford, I like Chevy. I mean, honestly, it's just that there's nothing really wrong with the gear drive. There's nothing wrong with the belt drive. There's a pro and con to both. The belts. So the belt drive, the thing I don't like about the belt drive is because we're in maintenance, it turns your machine on its side. And then so the right side, pretty much where everything I want to work on the engine is right by the pump. So anytime I need to work on anything over there, I've got to pull the pump. It just makes maintenance on the engine harder with a belt drive. Where a gear drive, it's a little smaller footprint even on the skid, but the motor's facing forward and it's easy to work on the motor or pump. So from a maintenance standpoint, that's why I like the gear drive.
But as a service department, you like the belt drive because it takes more hours So we
I mean, yeah. If you want to rack it up to service
on
hours,
which, you know, are you a service
Well,
department or are
be a
you,
lot
you know,
Get that
doing
money.
it
like, yeah,
yourself?
you change out this one little harness, and it's like, oh, I had to pull the whole pump off of there. But that would be why I would say I like the gear drive better. And I mean, if you keep it maintained, they last.
Yeah.
They
But
last forever.
if you got a smaller place to put such stuff, you need to go with the gear drive.
Mhm.
Would you say
Yeah,
that?
for sure. It's a noticeably smaller footprint on the skid for sure. So
Okay,
that's a win-win in my book.
Okay, this is for T as well. Did you all set New Year's goals for your companies? If so, care to share some of them? Well, this was my New Year's goals. This gets done. I'll be back at it in the spring. Mine is going to be a bigger, better.
In the morning.
What? What
I
were
was
you?
telling Tracy your surgery got moved up.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just talking crap. I'm just like, what? I didn't hear you. No. So
I'm the
really,
only one
mine is doing a bigger, better, more educational, better networking event, and that's as soon as I get done healing, I'm going to be on that. And there is a good side for this happening to me right after the last event, because my team stepped up, and they stepped up awesome. And usually I get a bunch of stuff on my phone, messenger, text, and a lot of those guys, I'm not pointing at any fingers, I don't know where Anthony is in Europe, but lots of phone calls from somebody. But they've been going through the warehouse, and I do appreciate that, because I have been needing the rest and everything. But I'm still there to mentor and still there to help and guide, which I've been on my phone a lot, like this, because I can't bend my neck. But my team has really stepped up. They're awesome. And I mean, they were awesome to begin with, just working with them. But when I had to back off, that, you don't even know how hard that was for me. I'm about crying just thinking how hard that was for me to back away from my baby and put it in the hands of other people. I'm literally crying right now. So
it's a great culture that you created. You created a space that people don't want to leave, and they see that you're down, and they just pick it up and keep it moving. So it's the culture you created.
And they did an amazing job. So now I know when I come back in the spring that I can focus more time on I did focus a lot of time on the event, but I don't have to be in the warehouse as much. I can do more of the mentoring and more of the online stuff and more of getting this event bigger and better. I mean, it was awesome last year. It's one of my best events, but we can always do better. We can always improve. So that's what I'm going to be working on. That was my New Year's goal. So T, ladies first, guys. T, you're next.
Well, I have some things in the works. It hasn't been released yet, but it will be soon. And I'm super excited about it. I'm still working on To the T. Having that, spreading the word, and helping others. That's always my goal. That's what excites me, is when I see other people win. So just continuing that, and coaching and mentoring, just like Trudi. I don't know. We'll have to see what else is in the works. But yeah, it will be released soon. It's just it's still baking.
I wish you much success. And Anthony, what's your goals for the year?
Just to do more, to help folks out more, to be there for other people, and I want to grow a little bit. I don't want to do too much because I don't have the employees.
Yeah.
There ain't no sense in me going out here and getting $1 million worth of jobs and not being able to do it. But we're going to try to up it a little bit. We doubled last year in 24. So
awesome.
If we doubled 25, and we did 24, we'll be all right. That's the goal, to try it and see. If we don't make it, it's fine. I'll just set it again for 26 and just keep going. I mean, I set a goal when I started 8 years ago. It took me a while to get there, but where I come from and where I'm at now is two totally different things. because I honestly believe if God would have laid the business that I got now when I first started in my lap, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Right.
I wouldn't have the wife because I was still doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing. And it would have killed, it would have crashed, burned, the plane would have died. It would have blew up. So we're going this way, and we're going.
Yep.
Exactly.
I got. I mean, them two right there, they're my family. I mean,
Yep, your family too.
I mean, he's like a brother to me. I need anything, all I do is call him. He's always got my back. Shane, all of them down there do. I mean, without them and a few other folks, I wouldn't have what I had today. But
well, that's what it's all about. And Josh, I know what he's doing the new year. He's going to start wearing skirts because he's taking over my position.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get him some skirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it might just be a straight skirt for me. No shorts at all.
Well,
what do the Scotland people wear? What do they call them?
kilt.
Yeah, kilt. We'll get you a kilt, brother.
Well, that wind comes up in that warehouse. Nobody better be looking.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go buy some now. I'm coming to Panhandle next week.
Oh my goodness. It's a date, Anthony. It's a date.
Trudy be online and everybody pop up being killed.
I can. I'll be out. I won't be in the warehouse next week. All right, Josh, what do you got lined up for this year?
We got a lot of big plans for this year. So we did really, really good last year. And like you said, with the show and everything, that was phenomenal. This year will be even better. But kind of go back to what you're saying, Anthony. I do want, everyone just keep in mind, don't be scared of those big jobs. Our sister company, Classic Touch,
Mm-hmm.
we've got plenty of guys that can wash. We got plenty of equipment. So if anyone runs
bigger jobs, always open.
Yeah, you guys running those bigger jobs, don't hesitate, man. We'll all jump in there together. Someone's got to tackle them. There's not like a bunch of big time pressure washing companies out there that just handle these enormous jobs. There's very few, and a lot of them are doing what we're talking about doing, just partnering up with other contractors. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Let's all go get it.
Exactly.
There's plenty of work for everyone.
I'll eat that pie.
Yeah, and we do that already. We work with our local guys. If we got a job that we need a couple more rigs, a couple more people, we'll bid them, and then we'll call the local guys in that are slow because we know they need the help, and we know they can. Oh, that wasn't a good thing. We know they can do the work.
Don't do that. Whatever you did, don't do that.
Hey, tomorrow I just got to make it 12 more hours. So you work together, and a lot of guys out there, they're scared to work with each other because I don't know why.
I don't either. We're doing it already. Together. We're doing it like Trudi said. We're doing it already, and so we know the benefit of it. So I want these guys to know. Yeah, it's not your competition. This is your help.
Yes,
it's the people that can help you.
They don't think of it that way. They think that they're in business by themselves and they don't want to, share the wealth. But share the wealth. I mean, there's so much to wash. It's not just residential. It's not just strip malls. It's not just condos. Right. There's so much to watch. There's plenty for everybody, So when you get
and the things we're talking about are the things you wouldn't bid anyway. Like it's too big for you to bid. Mm-hmm. Don't think like that. Let's partner up with a few guys, and it's not too big for us. So those are the ones that you're not going to go get anyway. But let's go get them.
And it impresses.
That's what I would like people to start thinking about.
And it impresses who hires you. So if you're going to a property manager hires you for this big subdivision or this big strip mall, if you did that by yourself, it may take you 2 weeks. But if you bring in a couple guys and you can knock it out in 3 days, they're not inconvenienced for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And guess what? They're going to give you more jobs because it looks great.
The biggest thing
get
with
it done
folks
fast.
Is when they call other companies in, they're afraid that they're going to meet the people who gave them the job. And then they're going to try to take the job away from them and stuff, because it's happened up here. I know several guys that's done it to other folks, and it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But
right,
it does.
I go help if let's say if Jonathan Crumpton called me tonight, he said, "Man, I need you on a job in the morning," and that's his job. If that man comes up to me and introduces himself, "Hey, I'm so and so of so and so. I own this property. I got 10 other more properties. What are you going to bid them for?" I'm going to say, "You talk to that guy right there because this is his job site. This ain't mine."
Right. And I agree with you, Anthony, on that. I've seen it too. And
a lot of folks ain't like that, though, Josh. They want that. They cutthroat. I mean,
yeah, no, but the cool thing is our community is pretty tight. So there's always going to be somebody who does that. But if they do, they'll be X'd out. I mean, karma will get them. They'll regret it later because word gets out if you're like that. And then when you do need the help, and we all need help sometimes, when they do that, they won't get it. So there's no long-term benefit. That's short-term stuff that unfortunately we'll have to deal with sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's just what scares folks away from it, the asking, reaching out for help. And then
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Then they get these jobs, then they get in a hole, and then they can't get the jobs done, and they lose the whole contract. So,
and that's the benefit
of
that's
what outlets, forums like this are good for, though. We can get this info out to people. That's why I'd like to, spread the word a little bit. Everyone's listening in and talking. Hey, we're the people you can trust, and we're willing to bring you in and trust you also. And just some of the smaller guys, it'd be good for them to know that there is help out there. Not everybody's cutthroat.
Exactly.
Because there's enough work. There just is.
And it always comes out in the wash at the end, right? So you cutthroat somebody now, they're not going to call you back.
Right.
And there was a job that we did that we worked with a company, Ryan, and he came down from Mass. We met up in Connecticut, and we did a 3-story garage in a weekend, and everybody got paid.
Yeah.
Oh, you could bang him out with his crew, our crew, get the job done, and everybody walks away and makes money. And I'll do that every day, all day.
Right.
So
and like Trudi said, when you can do that, that company's going to call you again. And whoever was the leader of that crew, they'll call them. And of course, they'll call you again, and then it's on because they want it done quickly, efficiently.
And right.
Yes.
And correctly, absolutely.
That's the main
Right.
thing.
You want to talk about right. You put 4 pressure washing crews together, and let's talk about who's doing it right and wrong.
All right, so we have
I'm right.
we have Shane Drake watching. We have Shane Wycombe watching. We can't talk about him no more, Josh.
Oh, shut it down, Anthony.
Dang it. I know. David Rivers is watching. Michael Shane is watching. Michael Shane Lowe, sorry. Christina Gillespie said the event was amazing. Can't wait to implement what we learned and can't wait for next year. David Sheridan said, "Are there any conventions January, February? The good ones seem to be during the seasons. I know there's one in February in Orlando.
I think it's Sales Boost. I
Yeah,
saw something
Sales
else
Boost.
today, but I think Sales Boost is February.
Yeah, I believe it's February in Orlando, Sales Boost. Mike Kilgore is watching. Hey, Mike. Debbie McNear. Debbie, sorry, I am on drugs. David
Don't tell everybody.
McNear Murray is watching. Whew, that was a mouthful. Maybe somebody else should have hosted this tonight, or this is
You're
comical.
doing a good job. Keep it
Okay.
up.
Tony Durrett's watching. David Sheridan said collaborating has helped grow my business as much as anything. 100%. Michael Shane Lowe said power in numbers. Keith Pickens said networking with your local washers is invaluable. I have a group of 5 that I partner with. And, I have a bunch of guys up in Pensacola area, and they meet for lunch in once a week or once a month. I can't remember. But they all go to lunch and sit there and talk. I always call my guys co-contractors or co-vendors because they're not my competitors. They're not. So Keith Pickens said they're from 20-year-old to 53-year-old, lots of values to share. F-Bomb Power Washing said everybody's in competition with each other and then want to stab every other guy in the back and then work together. That's true too.
I don't want to stab nobody in the back because I don't either. In the back. I mean, like we've been saying, you do bad's gonna come back to you.
It will.
I mean, that's just the way of life. I mean, you got to do good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, I'll help anybody. I'll go out here and I help any of them around here that needs help. And I won't, most of the time, just put my chemicals back in my tank, whatever, and we good. I mean,
and sometimes helping people who stabs you in the back. I know not this Christmas, last Christmas, somebody called me. His pump went out. He had jobs. He promised to pay me 2 weeks after. He wanted to, it was right before Christmas. He wanted to get this job done to buy Christmas presents for his kids. And guess what I did? I gave him the pump. I invoiced him and still hasn't paid. And he's never come back.
We need to go repo a pump. We can get the whole trailer if it's on a trailer. Get the pump.
Carmel, come back and get him.
We talked about going to get the pump, but at this point, it probably not any good.
Right.
F-Bomb Power Washing said, I have 35,000 square foot lined up to do, and if I need help, I'll ask a few guys near me. As I told them, they need help. I'll be there for them, 100%. Nathan Huffman's watching. Hey, Nathan. How do you guys split it? Whoever gets a gig gets a little bit more. We pay them by the day when we do it. If they bring their own equipment, they get more. If they use our equipment, obviously they get less. So we make it worth their while, but they're not working anyway, but we are going to make them. We ask them what usually they make in a day. And we kind of get as close to that as we possibly can, if not more. If it's a huge job and we can give them more, but depending on how many guys are there, obviously we're going to take care of equipment, insurance and all that. That's going to fall on whoever got the job. So if Classic Touch got the job, they're liable for everything. If whoever we have help us breaks a window, that's on us to fix. So you got to watch out for those liabilities when you're sharing jobs. But we always make sure they get paid, at what they would get paid if they went out and worked a day by themselves. Probably more, or usually more is what we pay them.
And then also, if they were lift certified, so Ryan was lift certified, we weren't, and we had to price out a museum in Hartford. And so he would get paid more if we were to get the job because he would be working on lift. Yeah. So it also comes into factor on who would get paid more if they came in with services like that.
All right, and then Ryan McGowan's watching. Preston Williams is watching. Okay, I'm not sure what that one meant, but somebody's leaving Mama Wash. Oh, he said, I said hi, so now he can leave. Okay, bye, Michael. All right. Okay, so Anthony, so I can get 30 to 40 feet with a 5.5 gallon CRX drive. What pulls better, gear drive or belt drive from a buffer tank or chemical tank? Chemical tank doesn't matter because your injector's pulling from that. Yeah. So that has nothing to do with it. From pulling from your buffer tank, what's better, a belt or a gear? It depends on where the machine and the water is located, right?
It should be the same. I mean,
you shouldn't be no more than 5 feet difference anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there is, it would be that. But yeah.
What tip you got? No, that's left too.
And the was turned to, turn the pump a certain amount. The pump doesn't care where it's getting the pull from.
Right. Okay, so F-Bomb, I had a job and subbed out to a friend company, and that company went to them and asked them if they would do it cheaper than my bid next time. Luckily, my friend told them that he went to the company, he had talked to them. He was trying to cancel in mid-job and hire my friend. Yeah, they'll do that. Yep. You got to watch out for them. And that's why you got to build a relationship. Yeah. You build a relationship and you are equal and you have that trust. That stuff's really not going to happen if you have that trust and that respect and that relationship built. Christina Gillespie said that Southern charm you guys have, karma goes around and comes around, which is sure happened. Ryan McGower said, Happy New Year. Michael Shane Lowe said, I have no competition. It's only competition if you look at it, if you look at them that way. Otherwise, it's just someone else trying to make a living. 100%. F-bomb pressure wash said, go repo the equipment in the trailer. And he'd pull their house
Well,
too.
that could be considered grand theft there too if you go
Well,
repo somebody's trailer.
he was going to pull the house too. It's going to take their double wide too.
I mean, let's just get it all while we're
That's the trailer we're talking about, right?
Yeah, right. All right. Michael Shane Lowe said Benjamin Gregory. I'm not sure if he's here or is just calling out names. And Mike, come on. Okay, so Michael Shane Lowe's just calling out names. I don't know. How do you know when your unloader is going bad on a GX 690 general pump combo? It doesn't matter. The unloader doesn't know what machine it's on. So, Josh, how do you know when it starts going bad?
Could a hose jumping be a sign?
Most of the time? Yeah, most of the time when they go bad, they quit bypassing the pressure. So you'll find your machine bogging down real bad when you get on the gun. That or it's just unloading the whole time and no pressure. But more often than not, I see people coming in thinking they have an engine problem, and they're like, when I get on my gun, just my motor just bogs down so bad. But what it's really is the unloader is it's not unloading properly, and it's putting all that pressure on that pump head, which is dragging the machine down.
Gotcha. All right, so we got Raj from Comets here, Brad Laney's here, and Joshua Lugo's here. Welcome, guys. So no more questions right now, so we can yap. Okay, so we did talk when T and I was on here last time a little bit about winterizing, and we did find out that RV who's backfeed? Is that me? I hear an echo. Okay, maybe somebody's talking. Okay, so or I'm hearing things.
You were the only one talking.
I'm hearing things. So
it's the drug.
You want to go live tonight? Tomorrow night?
3 days from now, what's it going to be like?
I said, you want to go live tomorrow night while I'm in the hospital bed? I'll do it. I might be going live. I swear.
They're
anyway,
giving them buttons.
Yeah, I know. Shane might have
Anthony
to
Morse code.
I might be like this. So anyway, so we heard that RV antifreeze is best to put in there. One, it's not poisonous for animals, and another, it doesn't. There's another reason. Do you know why it's best to put in your pumps when you winterize RV antifreeze? Oh, I know, because it has something where you can run through the pumps. You can run through the pipes. The RV antifreeze is safe to run through the pipes, is what I heard. I
don't know why automotive wouldn't.
It said it couldn't. I
Googled
it, and my friend told me.
Yeah, exactly. We live in Florida, so we don't do a whole lot of antifreeze winterizing. So this may be outside of my realm of knowledge.
That's what I said when we were talking. I'm like, I don't know. We don't have to do that.
If they still get that cold, and mine's in a building now, but when it sat outside, I just blew mine out.
Yeah.
I just blew air through.
Honestly, Anthony, I think that'd be fine.
Yep. And Judd West has got a neat little setup. The way he's got his setup to do his, he showed it the other day. I seen it. I think it was last week or week before, and the way he's done it. So that might be something we might need to do when you get out of the hospital. Do a winterization thing if it ain't too late.
Well,
get him to show his thing.
I'm gonna have a dog collar around my neck for 6 weeks at least, a big one.
We ain't gonna worry about that. We're gonna hit the button and use it.
Now Shane puts a tag on there. We're gonna have to talk. Okay,
Josh? Who's gonna have the zapper? He's gonna have a dog collar on.
Put the underfence dog fence collar on me. All right, so Christina
We're gonna take turns, Anthony.
Okay, so Christina Gillespie, our pump went out on our 4 gallon a minute. We have an 8 gallon a minute. Is it worth upgrading to another 8 gallon a minute or replace the pump on the 4? So what she's saying, she's got an 8 gallon a minute pump. Would it be beneficial to her to buy the motor to go with it? Which for me, yes, because 8 gallons a minute, but it also depends on her buffer tank. And so she's running them both on the same, unless let me read it again. Our pump, our pump went out on our 4 gallon a minute. We have an 8 gallon a minute. Is it okay? So she has a 8 gallon a minute pump. I thought she had both machines. So yes, if you have, for me, yes, I love 8 gallon. You're more efficient, but you got to make sure you have a buffer tank with your 4. If you're just hooking up to a spigot, you're not going to do that with an 8.
No.
No, yeah, there may be other things you have to upgrade, but that's going to be one of those things
Yep,
where, are you ready to step up to the next level, or are you doing a driveway once a week, or are you actually out there washing?
And then what's the price difference on a 4 gallon a minute pump and then a motor like for the 8 gallon?
You're probably looking at close to the same price. The engine for your 8 gallon minute pump, it might be 100 or 200 more than replacement cost on a 4 gallon minute pump. But but you may have to upgrade some other things like buffer tank, like you guys were talking about.
Right.
Yeah, we need a little more info on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. So Darren Newsom said RV antifreeze, and Michael Shane Lowe said windshield washer fluid because it's low temperature tolerant and it's cheaper. Dennis Smith is watching. Hello. F-Bomb said RV antifreeze will still freeze, and it is chemical difference between some antifreezes that will eat up seals and soft inner liner of the hoses. That was a difference between the auto antifreeze and the RV. What I read is the RV antifreeze, you can run it through the seals on the hoses where you couldn't car. And I wasn't drugged up when I read that, so I was sober.
I have not done any research on it, but I'm guessing maybe automotive antifreeze is more of a petroleum base, and the RV antifreeze might be more of an alcohol base.
Probably.
Because you've seen our RV.
There's something in it that'll eat your stuff up inside there. So then if you run, you got it in your pump.
Automotive antifreeze is petroleum based for sure.
Yeah. So then if you got it in your pump, you got your valves, seals in your valves. I mean,
I
put it in mine. It ain't gonna stay in mine but a couple of days probably. So I mean, probably wouldn't hold it. But if you're shutting down for like 3 months at a time, I probably wouldn't leave it in there.
Yeah.
The whole time. Wash it out every once in a while. Catch you a good day and just flush your system out.
When we get our winter here in Florida, we just use a couple heat lamps and a towel on top of our pumps, and we're good to go here. Because if we get a deep freeze, we're 1 night, 2 nights, maybe 3, and then we're panicking. Like all the water's off the shelf if we get 3 nights of deep freeze.
Yeah, there was 3 weeks.
Trudi brought them all up.
Yeah, we moved to South Florida.
Yeah.
With all our broken equipment, we moved.
Dennis Smith just said, Trudi, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, use the wash clean. What's up? I'm doing good. Having surgery tomorrow. I'm going to get a whole neck. Think they can take the wrinkles out while they're in there. Pull the skin a little tighter.
You're going to get some new jewelry tomorrow.
I know. I'm going to get a big one. And trust me, hospital prices, it's going to be a lot. I got to get one of those bedazzle machines and bedazzle it up.
Exactly.
Okay, so I was right. Christina does have both machines.
Okay.
So she has a 4 and an 8. Yeah, I would still.
He's wanting to replace a 4 with an 8. Is that what we're getting?
Yeah, I'd want 2 8s.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
I got a 5.5 and an 8 on mine, and which we do a lot of service station work, and there's a lot of places we go that, I mean, we can have a full tank. By the time we get done, we're having to stop and wait on water. So you got to look at that scenario too.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And Michael Shane Lowe said instead of fixing your
on that, Anthony, 5.5 versus a 4 is a night and day difference also. So
but, I got another 8 that I'm fixing. We fit to put on there, and we're just going to do it. We're going to run it just, and I'm going to tie them together. Then I run my mini Mondo, and maybe we can get done with it faster.
So
15 gallons a minute.
Definitely water's always an issue. Yeah.
Yep.
So she has a P40 and a 12 volt on there and a 275 buffer tank. If I was her, I would just put a 5.5 gallon a minute pump if the motor's good. That way she have 5.5 and an 8. I think that would be good. Unless the machine, I mean, it would. I mean, just depending on the state of your machine, if your machine you're thinking only have a few months left, then
Just go ahead and bite the bullet.
yeah, exactly.
I want,
You know what motor's running the 4-gallon also.
Right,
As long
yeah.
as it's 390 or 420 minimum, you can run a 5.5 on that.
And then Michael Shane Lowe said, open your lower check valve like Mike Commodity's video showed for winterizing. See, I don't need to do a video. Mike's already done one. I'll just take his video. I'll cut him out. I'll put me there, act like I know what I'm talking about, and just, there we go.
There you go.
No, I wouldn't do that. All right.
that would remind everybody of somebody else, and I ain't mentioning no names.
No comment. Darren Houston is getting, hey Darren, Darren's on here. He's getting 8 to 12 inches of snow.
Ew.
And 25 degrees for the night. Oh no.
Yeah.
All right, and Trev Loom is on. Okay, so her 8-gallon is complete night and day, so that's good. She was thinking to do the 5.5, just what we said. And okay, so that's all the other questions are saying hi. So anyway, Josh, any other tips or anything you can talk to people about troubleshooting? I know a lot of people are asking about injectors. I run on the trailer 9-gallon a minute. We use a 2.1 injector. Shane's got a 2.3 on his 10, right? Or is he still at 2.1?
Yeah, 2.3 on the 10.
Yeah.
But on an 8, a 2.1 seems to pull a little more chemical. So that's nice.
Pulls more chemical.
The main thing I would say is, it's like me and Anthony were talking about earlier. Something's going to break. We're out there. You're using your equipment. Something's eventually going to break. A good rule of thumb is, because when you're on the job, if you can fix it on the job and not leave that job, that's going to put you in the best scenario.
Yep.
And anywhere, your emergency kit should be this. Anytime your equipment breaks, when you go to replace that part, especially if it's an $80 under part, buy 2. Replace your part, put the other one on the trailer.
Keep your injectors on your trailer.
Yeah, replace that part, put it on because you already know it's a wear item. This will break again, and that'll just put you in a better spot down the road. And then eventually, you'll have all those parts. I'm not saying, buy $300-$400 parts. That's a major break. But all your little wear items, just buy 2 anytime you buy 1. That way you've got your spare. Have a little tool bag, and it keeps you on the job.
I mean, yeah, what we say in our industry is 1 is none and 2 is 1.
Yeah,
so,
1,000%. Yeah.
Unless they're O-rings, and you need at least 25 on each.
There you go.
Especially if you're washing down with a ball valve and you got the big end. The neck part there, and you're washing with it because you pop that thing, it's going to blow that O-ring out of there.
Yeah, and that's why you're not supposed to do that.
I know.
Yeah.
I see it a lot.
I don't do that. I
see it a lot.
Oh, yeah, I do too. I know some guys up here that do it. And I said, man, you need to fix that.
Yeah.
And what's funny, though? When we started back in the day, I learned, but you can accidentally not put your J-rod on, or your quick connect doesn't hook up right. Your J-rod flies off, and you watch exactly where it goes. You can't find that thing. You cannot find that
forever.
You
put one on top of a barn one time.
It landed in, and you cannot find that thing. I don't know where it goes. There's little J-rod critters just going, oh, she lost one. I don't know where it goes. I have dug through a bush.
It feels like it clicked in there, and it's
here's a nice tip for the day. When you put it on there, don't put it towards the house.
Right.
Turn away towards the road. Because you never know when that thing. Because you're in a hurry.
But hopefully the J-rod didn't go through a window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never point it ever. I point in the air. I'm like one of those Bond girls or something with the gun up in the air. Okay. But no, it's you definitely need to keep. You know how many guys just call me and say my O-ring just leaking water everywhere, and it's like, well, you need a new O-ring, and they don't have it, so they have to literally leave their job.
Oh my gosh!
And come get one. Except for they could have used their ball valve, but they didn't think about it. But
$5.
Well, every truck had
$5 for 20 of them.
20 of them.
No, every truck had
your injectors. $25.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
20
two of them, $50.
$50.
Hey guys, you
Yeah.
know who's on now?
If you don't have a store locally, you
Patrick.
can just go to it. If you have to order online, these are the things you should just have.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Viton ones are chemical resistant. So you can get those cheap ones from Amazon or Tractor Supply. They are not going to hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You have to change them a lot more often, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick's on here, guys. Say hi to Patrick. Patrick Blue Bayou. Patrick from here.
Who's Patrick?
Okay.
Isn't he
Bayou.
Spon-
Is that a
isn't
place?
he SpongeBob's friend?
Tell Patrick that I really like his wife.
Okay, well he can hear you.
She's a good cook.
Yeah. Those beans were awesome.
Don't
Oh yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can stay at home next Christmas party. Make sure he sends his wife with the food.
I don't know.
We love Patrick.
I might send Shane to Patrick and have his wife come and stay with me and take care of me.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I don't know. Shane couldn't handle all the grandkids.
I had a phone call the other day. Somebody down that way asked me where I was at. Why didn't I come to the Christmas party?
I know. What's wrong
You
with
know who? Can you guess who called me?
Who?
Go
Patrick.
lightly.
Oh, go lightly. He was here. Did he show you his
Did you
onesie?
see? Oh,
No, he did not. I don't want to see his.
I was in my onesie. I don't know if I can pull
He
that
got the
up.
best Christmas gift ever. You didn't get that picture?
We was
Let me see
in
if I can find-
Orlando that week anyway. We couldn't make it.
Oh man, you were close.
Oh, it was awesome.
You're only 9 hours away.
Only
He
nine,
was close.
only
You were in
9 hours
Florida.
away. I'm 4 now, so.
Anthony,
Yeah,
I'll
you
send
were
you
in Florida.
the picture of Go Lightly's Christmas present
Oh
tomorrow.
Lord Jesus!
Okay, yeah, send him a picture. I was going to put it on here, but I can't find it on my thing.
They're hilarious.
You got my number?
Oh my gosh. I was in my
Dude.
jammies too.
Because I was gonna call you a while ago and I didn't get your number.
Yeah, well,
I said,
turns
"That's
out
sorry, I ain't got my brother's phone number." That
I've got
sucks.
yours.
Oh,
Well,
Jonathan said, Anthony, it's past your bedtime. You need to go to bed, stud. Wait,
Well,
is he inviting you to bed? He's calling you
Tell
stud and
tell
everything.
Crompton he can go put out some fire somewhere else. My flame's burning.
Oh my gosh. So I hope everybody had an amazing New Year's and it was safe and well, my 5-day, I was going to get on here and announce my 5-day countdown, but
Well, now you got your 5-hour outbound.
I got a 12-hour countdown.
Yeah.
I got to go pack my night bag. I don't even know what to bring.
That's the dude.
I left Shane home on the phone with the surgeon getting instructions. So good Lord, I hope, I bring what I need. Oh, man.
You got this.
Oh my God!
That was just his outfit, Anthony.
Oh, did you? Anthony, oh, you put it on the camera. Everybody can see it.
Oh my goodness.
If anybody can't see it, it's a picture of Shane, my husband.
Hey, and that's a picture of Shane right there in the middle.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's Shane.
Well, it is. Ain't it?
That is funny.
That's so crazy.
So he walked around with Shane on his belly. Well, we will definitely
It was
do
the
this
ugly
again.
sweater contest, is what he said.
Yeah.
He looked like
Derek
he's been in a bottle for about 5 days.
5 years.
He ain't on here.
But
He's a good
another
dude.
one of the contractors around that we work with, and he's does a great job.
He does, and he actually did training at the event, doing striping at the event. He was a great guy.
He's a wild man, but very good at what he does.
Man. But he is in the redneck part of Florida, so he has to be. This is where all the
What was
rednecks.
that look, T?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know about that.
You have to go north to be south in Florida. This is where all the rednecks hang out, right up here in Lower Alabama.
Lower Alabama.
As long as it's near
You know what we need to do this year?
That's the LA of
To
Alabama.
invent
We are in
a
LA.
toolkit for women to get out of elevators that are stuck.
Okay, so
in panic rooms.
Yeah, or panic rooms.
okay,
It
so
wasn't a panic room till you're
yeah, I'm
stuck.
taking you for one of those escape rooms because I'm claustrophobic and I'm like, I need her as a partner. So, what size
She'll get
surface cleaner can you use on a 5.5? So it is 1 inch
Yeah.
for 4 inches for 1 gallon.
Or
Is
it's
the
wrong
rule of thumb. I mean, you can go a little bit bigger, but you're going to have to go slower. So, say you've got a 4 gallon a minute machine, you can use a 16-inch surface cleaner. That's what's recommended for your machine.
We got a 16. It's got casters on it, and it works wonderful. It's cleaned a lot better after we put the casters on it than it did when it was just floating, because it don't really float it.
Oh, really?
And you got it up off of the ground just a little bit further, and it cleans a lot better. And you can move a little bit faster. I mean, you can't move like you do with an 8, but you still can move at a good little pace. I mean,
All right.
I'd probably tell on 18-inch, 19-inch to go slow, but 18 probably.
I know
Or
it won't
5.5.
push. It won't push the 22 or the 21 inch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It won't.
No.
A 5.5 and a 19 is a good matchup.
So we had this guy before Josh was with us, and he ordered stuff online, and he was coming from up north. He was traveling to Central Florida to work. I don't know why, because Central Florida is saturated with pressure washers. But anyway, he was coming down there to work, and he placed an order. He placed it for a Maxima, and he ordered a whole bunch of different parts for a 4 gallon a minute machine. And I was pulling his order, and he pulled in, and I'm like, do you have another machine? No, I called him because I was pulling before. I said, do you have another machine? And he's like, no. I said, your 4 is not going to push this Maxima. And he said, oh, well, what should I use? And I said, a 16 or an 18, but you're going to have to move slower than 18. He said, all right, give me that 16-inch whisper wash. I'll keep the Maxima so I can keep it when I upgrade. And I'm just like, I wouldn't have charged you for it, but because I didn't set him up for failure, he was appreciated. But these are things you have to know, and to have people like Josh and Kyle that's in our warehouse and in the team, and Logan, he's been out in the field a little bit, but Josh and Kyle's been out there more than they have. But to have guys like this to answer these questions, and a lot of times when people message me or post on the Facebook groups, where's the best place to get this? And I always say, try and buy local, especially machines, because if you have service issues, you're right there.
Right.
I said, but make sure you ask the questions. How, have you been out in the field? Do you know exactly what I'm going to need, not what I want? And ask the questions and build the relationships like you do with your co-contractors. So you need to build your relationship and believe and trust that they're not going to sell you something just to sell it to you so they can get it off their shelves. You need to find a vendor, and there's a lot of us out there that you can trust, that you can talk to, and you can, pick their brain and figure out, like, what am I really going to need for this job? So that's something else you need to think of when you're out there, when you're shopping for equipment or upgrading, or because you might think, oh, I'm going to upgrade from a 4 to an 8. I'm good to go. I bought my machine, but then you don't have everything else to go with it. So when you order something, to call the warehouse or call the store and ask them, hey, I'm going to upgrade. What else do I need? They'll be the people that know, because they build trailers. They've been out in the field. They know what works because they use what works. And that's the benefit of having a team and a relationship. So anyway, we are past our time, but we are definitely going to do this. I might be in a collar, but we are going to do this again. But I'll have Josh come back on before spring, so you can talk about de-winterizing your equipment, what you need to do, what you need to run, what you need to look for on your trailer, your skid, that may cause issues after being put away for that long. If you need to change your oil and drain it and put more in, whatever you need to do to get your stuff running, we'll have you back on for that. And then I know me and Anthony's going to do a lot of things. I'll look and see how stupid I look before I'm going to look like one of those Amazon women with the things or something. Big old long neck. But thank God I got a long neck. That's Good. Shane's got a little neck. That would have killed him. But we'll see. We'll see how I look. Oh yeah, I forgot he's on here.
Anthony is killing me.
That would kill him. He's got a neck. He's like got one of those beef buff man things that goes from it.
You're gonna have a Frankenstein. You're gonna have a Frankenstein thing wrapped around your head.
I know. I'm gonna try and bedazzle it. But if I'm feeling good and I can talk, because they're gonna have to move all my bits and stuff around inside there. But as soon as I can talk, I don't care if I'm looking goofy. I was just joking. I like to get the information out there. I'd like to get more of the guest speakers on, just so we can get this knowledge out there, this education, and help these guys. And even the education, the network of the talking that's on the notes on here. When you guys get off here, just read the notes. They're educating each other while we're here talking. So, that's what it's about. And it's not that we know it all. We don't know it all. And that's why we have different opinions and we have questions, and people can contradict us and say, no, this is what works, because maybe we heard wrong, or maybe it's different in Florida than it is in New York, or in Oregon, because of the humidity is different, the temperature is different. There's a lot of variables to the whole thing. So just because we wash here like this, is it the right way to do it? It might be, but up north they hit 60 degrees.
Right, yeah, it's right for our environment, and there's 100 other ways to do it, because there's 100 other situations they're going to be.
Yes, and not every stain is the same.
To each other.
Yeah, so you can't call and say, how do I get the stain out? Well, what's a stain? What's it on? What's it made out of? How long has it been? There's so many different things you got to ask the questions to. So
yeah, we got one of them now. We got to work on.
Yeah, I know. I usually
nobody knows what it was. I thought it was transmission fluid, but it ain't transmission fluid.
Oh, was it a New Year's Eve party aftermath or no?
It was before that.
Not that one. That's bad. I do want to say a prayer for everybody that got injured in New Orleans. So that was sad, and I meant throw up. I didn't mean the aftermath there. I didn't want anybody to take that wrong. But no, it was prayers. That was an unnecessary action that was taken on innocent people. And could you imagine if that happened right at midnight instead of at 3:15? Could you imagine the carnage that would have happened then? That was, it was bad enough, but I guess he drove right from Texas straight. So hopefully, I guess he hit traffic or something, but man, that was evil. And I'm praying for the people still in the hospital. I'm praying for the families of the people that were killed in that incident. So, Anthony, you're late to the show. He said, cold weather is coming. Use an air compressor to push the water out of your system so it won't freeze. He's like an half hour late, but that's Patrick. That's normal.
Oh.
So,
that is a great idea, because really,
it is.
As long as you get most of it out, you're not going to bust anything. It's only when everything's full.
And
so
don't throw 100 psi off in there neither.
You know what Shane did to my iPad once? It had dust in the portal and had the larger portal. He stuck the air compressor in there, and all of a sudden my screen went poof, and my screen shattered everywhere. And I was just looking at him like, guess you're buying me a new iPad.
It did get the dust out, though.
He did get the dust out.
You got the upgrade.
I did get the upgrade. So Barry Little's here and Jeremy Messer. Hey guys, we're just wrapping it up. We've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes, and I have to go pack my bag because I'm leaving bright and early in the morning to get this taken care of. So you guys say prayers for me tomorrow, 10:30. I will be in surgery Central Time. I'll be listening. I can hear things now. I've been hearing things, so I can hear your prayers, I'm sure. But anyway, you guys have a great night. And anybody want to say anything? You guys want to say goodnight?
Yeah.
Close it out.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
And now I forgot how to do this. Okay, here it is. It's not me, it's the medicine. All right, you guys, Happy New Year, and we'll talk soon.
Bye.
See you guys.
See ya.